Hello, hello, Chalkin history friends. It's Sunday, June 14th. I'm coming at you live. We are going to play with the Patriotic Trio transfer, the Meet Me transfer, the flag and base wood kit. We might put in a fabric pennant in there, and then we're going to play with our chalk-made patriotic pennants transfer. That's an oldie but goodie. It is retired, but I think we're going to play that one. We'll see. We might play with that one too. If you guys see that red live box at the top left corner of your screen, you are live with me. Hello, hello. Say hello. Let's make sure we are live. All right, I think we're good. I'm gonna just get this sprinkled to my story. It is patriotic season, you guys. July 1st, I believe, is Canada Flag Day. So we can't forget our friends in Canada. Say hi, guys. We're just gonna take a few minutes here. Okay, get that sprinkled out. Say hey as you're hopping on. Hopefully comments work. You never know. All right, I think we're gonna have some fun today here. All right, although, you know what? We always have fun, right? We always have fun. Okay, so I have the flag and base. It's 3 pieces. You get a banner, a fabric little banner for the flag, a little base, and then this dowel rod. So we can go ahead and just get this out. You'll see there is a hole there for our little dowel rod. And then we have our fabric flag, and it does have a sewn, well, hopefully that's not sewn shut because that could be a problem. Let's see, let's go in through this direction. Oopsie, they sewed it. Or no, maybe that is supposed to be like that so it doesn't go all the way through. There you go. And then you could always put a little dab of some kind of glue or something in there if you don't want it to come completely off. I probably will not glue mine on because I have a plan. Also, you can buy these dowel rods if you want to make multiple different flags that you can change out on your little base here. Okay, so those are 3 pieces. Let's get this undone. I always save these. You never know when you need it to paint on or something. Oops, that just went down to the ground. Okay, so the transfer that goes with that is the Patriotic Trio. So you get your cute little flag there, you get a little firework there, and stars and stripes, which is meant to go on the block. So we'll do that as one project. Then as the second project, we're gonna make it a little more coastal, right? So on the other side of our block, we are going to use components of this transfer. This is called Meet Me. This was one of the last year's summer transfers. And then we're going to take a pennant, a banner here from our patriotic pennants, and then we're going to try to work that design on our flag. Okay, so that's what we're going to try to do. Let's see what we can accomplish. We are going to put this one aside because this is going to be second. I initially thought with the banner, this is the transfer that used to come with the patriotic banners. It was a kit or a bundle that you could get. So you could see like it would go right over there. We did the Disney characters on our banner. We made a banner with that. You could always do the other side if you want to do one side. You know, if you want to make this side patriotic, you can do that. You can do maybe, you know, a row or two of the stars, and then there's some stripes, do the rest in stripes. However you want to use this transfer. I think there's, let's see. Like this one, you can also use this guy here if you want to do that. But now that I think of it, I probably will not use this guy. So let's just get him out of the way. All right, so we'll just put him to the side for now. Let's get started. How is everyone today? It's Sunday, fun day. It's always a good day to craft. I'm just gonna go ahead and get these sections cut. Okay, this one has the cut lines. Not all of our transfers have cut lines because the cut lines are designed to give you more of a buffer around the design. So sometimes they want to try to get more elements on a certain size transfer. So that's why they don't put the cut lines. But this one does have cut lines. All right, so we're going to put that firework aside. We don't need that one. Okay, let's get, this is called Patriotic Trio. Stars and stripes. And I'm going to say Patriotic Trio, and I'm just going to say flag. And then this guy is going to be Patriotic Trio fireworks. There we go. That way we know what goes on what piece. Not that you couldn't tell, because they're all different sizes. But you never know. If you had a workshop or had multiple of these out, then it could get confusing. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. We have a wood block. So let's go ahead and get him. I'm going to sand him down a little bit. We're just going to sand it down a little bit. You kind of go against the grain, with the grain, and then I'm going to go on the edges. See if we can give it a little rustic, roughed up look. Okay, you can see there's that kind of rough, darker edge there. Okay, what this does, it sands off the whitewash they apply to it. Let's put that all the way around. This is 6 feet grit, so it's pretty gritty. The lower the number, the more gritty the sandpaper. So like if someone says they start with a smaller grit and then they go to a larger grit. So like a 220 is just such a fine grit. Okay, I'm gonna get more in there. Okay, trying to give it kind of a little rounded edge there. Okay, let's wipe that down. Put that aside. Let's get a wipe just to wipe up our mess. Clean as we go, right? You want to clean as you go. Alright, it's pretty smooth. We should probably wipe that down as well. Just gonna wipe it briefly. And then we'll grab a paper towel and try to dry it too. We don't want a wet surface when we're doing this. Okay. All right, let's bring this over. Stars and stripes. I think it's smooth enough that we're gonna trust that we don't need wax today. Let's come in nice and close. All right. Best part of these transfers is that they are translucent. So you can see when you're lining them up. Let's see. Just take a peek head on, make sure we're not crooked. I think on the top I feel like we're good, but on the bottom it looks like it's falling. I guess not. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the transfer. Sometimes it's the way you cut it, so I don't know. Sometimes it can be deceiving, but I think it looks pretty good. We are going to use Cherry and Cadet today. So let's kind of just give this a quick little knead like you're using a little icing packet. Just kind of moving it around in there. I feel like I'm gonna do stars in blue, I'm gonna do stripes in red. Makes sense to me. Too bad you can't do that white, it's already white. Maybe we could use a shimmer silver. Either a shimmer silver, you could do black. Let's see, what else do we have? We have a storm. We could do storm. Let's do storm. Or no, you know what? Let's do silver. Let's make it silvery. I'm gonna kind of move this around in here. All right, I'm also gonna get a color tray. I'm gonna push this away from, it's sealed. It's kind of just self-seals itself. The paste gets dry when you, I usually will take a paper towel and I just kind of go along the edge when I'm done with them. And then it just kind of dries and sticks to itself in there. So it kind of just self-heals, I guess you could say self-seals. I'm just gonna put a little bit right now. Shouldn't need too much. And I used this yesterday, so I'm gonna kind of just take this little part off. You use very, very, very little of this paste. Like very little. Okay. Let's get a couple squeegees here. So we could just dig into the red and stripes. We're gonna do stripes in red. This is Cherry. Any links you may need are in the video description. If you're not finding anything, let me know and I can help direct you. I mean, this is pretty simple. You just you want to run it over, right? You just run it over the design that you want that color. And then you want to take any excess off because it's not necessary to leave anything behind. Okay, let's do the blue. Avoid that star itself. Okay, and then I kind of hold my squeegee more upright. That gives me a little more leverage to get all that excess off, okay? And we just need to do that color. So it's pretty, this silver feels pretty old. Like, look, look at that. This is the piece that kept it sealed. Let's get this out of the way. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm just going to kind of squeeze down what is in there and what seems to feel wet. There's another little chunk. Isn't that funny? That would be fun to keep and put in your resin projects. You can make your own like terrazzo chips. Ooh, we should do that. We should try, we should experiment. Okay. Now, this silver is pretty old. It feels pretty thick, so we're gonna see what kind of magic we can perform here. Do my best in spreading it here. So I kind of smash it in there. It is very gritty. Our shimmers are very gritty. The metallics are not. So it takes sometimes it takes some coaxing to get in there. So far, I think we're doing okay. I like to kind of just really get it in there. I'll put this back in the tray here. Okay, we want to make sure we don't get that blue in there. All right, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and peel. Awesome. Stars and stripes. And I did it right. Whew, I was wondering, I forgot to think about where the hole for the dowel rod would have been. Although, had it been on this side, had I flipped it, our flag would have just went the other way. That's all. No biggie. So we'll just put this aside. We'll have to wash that with water. I'm gonna put these somewhere so they don't get us in trouble down the line. Okay, let's get this dried. And then we're gonna have to do our flag. I love it so far. Red and blue are really good colors together. Red and green are really good colors together. Okay, we can put this to the side. Let's work on our flag now. We'll just remove that because we don't need that. Put that on there. I'm not gonna do ink. Usually you're gonna do ink on a fabric, you know, or a textile like this. It's kind of like a canvas or a linen. I'm not, only because it's not gonna be necessary. So the seam is there. Do I want to line it up with the seam, or do I want to, or do we want to try to center it on there? Let's try centering it. Okay. And then you want to rub it down really, really super duper well. I feel like there's a bump under there. I think that's where the table folds. So I'm going to kind of move it over here so we can get this nice and flat. Okay, so right here is the seam where the dowel rod goes up, but I wanted it actually centered on the actual entire thing. Otherwise, the end of these stripes are coming to the end, which is fine. But I think I want to center that. So that's what we're doing. That's what I decided, and that's what's happening. So let's pick up our cadet. So it might be a little tricky over that seam. So we're gonna really take our time and make sure. I'm not gonna probably have to wash this, so that's why I'm not too concerned about using ink. You know, I don't feel like it's gonna get dirty. Put that to the side there. I don't feel like I'm gonna have to wash it, so. Okay, just trying to avoid the stripes. You know, you don't have to follow the whole red and blue traditional colors. If you want to mix it up, you can do that. Go with something totally untraditional, non-traditional. You know, like blacks and grays and silvers, that would also be very cool. There we go. Get that excess taken off. It is hot, hot, hot here. It says it's like, you know, in the 80s, but then when you see what it's, you know, the feels like temperature, it's like 103. It's crazy hot, so hot. I'm gonna add some more cherry now so that we can just grab as we need it. Okay. Cute, fun project. This would be fun to do with the kids. You know, you would only really need to buy 1 or 2 of the transfers. You can buy as many of the bases that you want and just kind of crank out all kinds. You can do, oh my gosh, just think of all the seasons you can go through making little, cute little flags. How cute, right? I think I'm gonna have to order more because that just gave me an idea. Our fall line, I think, is coming out soon, which is crazy to think about. But that is coming very soon. I'm guessing late June, July sometime we will introduce that. So yeah, that means we gotta start thinking about fall projects. Let's get through the 4th of July. How's that sound, right? And then you got summer projects, picnics, parties, all the things, right? Graduation parties are going on right now. All right, let's just see if we have any crazy spots that didn't get covered or have excess paste. All right, let's see how we did. Ooh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh, how fun. All right, and I'm just gonna dry it a little bit. You do not heat set it, like I said. This is paste, this isn't the ink. It doesn't go through, so if you wanted to do something on the other side, you could. You could see it a little bit, maybe. It looks worse on camera than it does in person. If you wanted to incorporate white, you could color those stars in and the little marks on the red part. I think we'll keep it natural. I could do silver. Since we've done silver, we could always do something fun in here just to incorporate the silver. You know what? Go get some white linen, make your own little flag pieces if you want it to be white. Or use your Dune ink maybe to give that a little more color, stain it. So many possibilities. Probably use the Dixie Belle Au Natural. That might give it like this color. Pretty soon, it's almost done here. Okay, so then we would insert this. And again, you can, if you're not going to reuse this for anything, or you know, not ever take it off, I guess I should say. Or if you're going to buy your own dowel rods, then of course you can put a little dab of glue or something so it doesn't come off. but that would be, you could probably even add some fabric stiffener. It's pretty stiff actually with me using paste, I think makes it pretty stiff. Or again, if you glue that bottom, that will give that a little more support. It's actually standing pretty good. It's not really tipping too bad, the fabric. Here it is. Oops, I just got paint all over, or paste all over me. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Here it is. That's cute. What a simple little decoration, right? And that didn't take me very long at all. I just have to wash my arm. I got it all over me. All right, let's do this now. Let's say, you know what? I want to switch this out. I live in a coastal area. We're going to take the flag off. We'll put that aside. I am going to, let's see, let's get a paper towel. I like to do this when I'm doing something on the opposite side of a project. I lay down like a little cloth or paper towel or something. I'm going to put that on top of there just because I don't want to scratch it off. Okay. That side's super duper smooth. And then we're going to do the pennant banner, right? It'll go this way since the flag was on the opposite way. So let's put that to the side. Let's grab that transfer we were going to use. Grab that. This is called Meet Me. It is on a super duper sale. If you're a Perks member, you even get more off. If you're a designer, you even get 10% more off. Crazy, crazy, crazy deals we got going on. Okay. Meet Me. All right, so I am going to put the saying, meet me where the sky touches the sea. I'm just going to make sure this is dry. Let's take this off. This feels super duper smooth, so we're taking our chances, friends. And I'm just doing the words, so that's all I'm focusing on right now. I think that's centered. So I'm like looking at the spacing here, I'm looking at the spacing here. Of course on this side, I kind of like this little, whatever that is we got going on there. So maybe I will do that and then I'll do it on the bottom here. Okay, we are going to use our new color of the month. So let's bring that out. This is called Wayfinder. So pretty. It is a metallic. It's a pretty, pretty blue. Let's grab one of these. You know, you could also move this transfer around if you wanted to say, meet me where the sky and center that, and then touches the sea, you could bring that in. You don't have to do it as you see it. Think outside the box, make it work for your project. All right, it's all covered, so let's just go ahead and get excess off. Just watch the other elements there if you don't want to do that. If you see lines, I like to just gently go over, and that smooths the lines out. Okay. I think I'm going to pull it, not all the way, but I am going to pull it off so that we can just get that dry. Although it is a metallic, we should be okay. What color should we use with that? Let's use, do we want to use pesto? I'm thinking maybe pretty pretty green. Maybe we'll use sunny side. Only because I feel like I might use that in the sun when we do the transfer. And I don't have any other yellow open. I'm trying to use my colors here. Hey Pumpkin. Ooh, Hey Pumpkin might be pretty. Let's do Hey Pumpkin. We're gonna use sunny side because we have like the palm trees and we got that sun working. I think that'll be a pretty contrast. Let's get this cut. And we don't need very much at all, so we're just gonna put a little squirt there. Let's grab it. We're just gonna go straight across. See, nothing to it. Let's just go over it one more time. All right, put that back, and now we can peel it. Oh yeah, that's a pretty contrast. I like that. Oh yeah, very pretty. Let's get that dry, and then we're gonna flip the transfer so that we could do this here. Let's get this dry. Use that other piece down there. Could use the bottom if we wanted to, just to make it different. Okay. Just need to look at the spacing here. I think that's good. Okay, just need to be very careful by those leaves that we don't get that. Be very careful. Okay, the rest of the way we are smooth sailing, I think. Okay. We're just gonna be super duper careful over here trying to get that excess off.